All right, this is part two to the Vision Victory channel going over the Obama Jobs Act. Okay, here's the next from the president. Should we keep tax loopholes for oil companies, or should we use that money to give to small business owners, to hire new workers? Because we can't afford to do both. Again, I love it. Here's the government pitting people against each other, fighting over what's ours, okay? I don't want to give the oil companies loopholes, and I don't want to give the small businesses loopholes. I want to give the oil companies their money, and I want to give the small business owners their money, and I want to give you your money, okay? It's our money, okay? I'm tired of us fighting between ourselves on who's getting each other's money. How about we just say enough? Let's just keep our money. Here we go, Mr. President. We're also planning to cut away the red tape that prevents too many rapidly growing startup companies from raising capital and going public. Again, the government has created the red tape. The government created the problem. And now the government is telling everybody, hey, look, turn to the government for solutions to the problems that they created. This is amazing that President Obama said this. This is so anti-American. It's so anti everything that this country started on and grew on. This just tells me he's got a complete disconnect from the United States of America. Here he goes. In fact, this larger notion that the only thing we can do to restore prosperity is just dismantle government, refund everyone's money, let everyone write their own rules, and tell everyone they're on their own. That's not who we are. That's not the story of America. Well, first of all, no one is asking to write their own rules. We wrote our rules in the Constitution, and it was for the government to follow, and the government is the one that's writing their own rules, not the people. The government is writing their own rules. When you have regulation agencies that don't go through Congress, when you have the Federal Reserve doesn't go through Congress, do whatever they want, do secret trillion-dollar bailouts to Europe. I mean, that is the government, the officials writing their own rules. Okay, let's go back. But he says, in order, there's some people who think we can only restore prosperity by dismantling government. Well, hell yeah. That's exactly how you restore prosperity. You dismantle all the government interference in our daily lives. Refund everyone's money. Mr. President, I know that was probably hard for you to say that. You actually had to acknowledge that it is our money. And tell everyone they're on their own. Okay, that's fine. That's what I want. Tell me I'm on my own. I'll be on my own. Just let me keep what's mine. That's not who we are. That's not the story of America. Look, America, oh God, let me tell you about the story of America. You want to know how awesome the bloodline for this country is. Now, it's probably at the point of being anemic now because we've got so much government intervention for the last 100 years. Think about the people who came to the United States. You got to leave everything. You got to go across an ocean. There's a chance you'll die, chance you'll get sick. You're doing all this so you can get to a place that you have zero future guaranteed. You don't know what's in front of you. Compare that to the modern day American, where you're looking for all this security, government security, job security. I need security. I need to know everything that's going to happen. I need my 401k, my pension plan, and I need everything planned out for me by the government and laid out. And that way I feel safe and secure, okay? That is not the story of America. The story of America is these badasses, and I know I'm probably using maybe a little aggressive there, but look, if you're going to leave everything, risk dying, and you go somewhere where you don't know what your future is, but you know your future, you have the opportunity to make things better for yourself, that is a strong, strong entrepreneurial bloodline that this country had at one time. And it probably helped us grow. I mean, you have risk takers. Now, we're the opposite, unfortunately. But as far as that's not the story of who we are, look, yeah, actually, Mr. President, people being on their own, that is the story of us. We wanted self-reliance. That's why we created a government entity to protect our borders and to have some rule of law. but otherwise it was self-governance, governance, specifically how we were going to spend the fruits of our labor. Okay, here's the president praising the government. How many jobs would it have cost us if past Congresses decided not to support the basic research that led to the internet and the computer chip? Let me ask you something, Mr. President. First of all, do you honestly think this stuff wouldn't have been created by the private industry? And secondly, if the government is sucking a bunch of money from the private industry, from individual citizens, and redirecting it, how do you know that you didn't suck money from the private industry that would have created something even better? Because remember, when Obama spends 500 million of your dollars to give to some solar company that is not sustainable by the market force, it files for bankruptcy. That's what happened in the last week. So we don't know what could have been created, how much better things could have been. All right, here we go. This is back to the beginning. Men and women pay their fair share, blah, blah, blah. Okay, all right. That's my conversation on President Obama's Job Act. How dare anybody vote against the jobs? President and Congress and government has distorted this economy so long. I'm sure it's obvious to everybody. Of course, you've got the patient all doped up. And now people are like, well, you can't remove the IV. You're going to kill him. Of course you're going to kill him. You put him in the bed and put him in a coma. So that's where I stand. Talk to you later.